Hi everybody, welcome back to the What Now Workshop. Today I'm building a little shelf to house a battery operated vacuum cleaner. You know, kind of like a little shark vacuum that you would normally have on your wall. That's what we're going to be doing today. Now I've already kind of started and I've already gotten a little ways because I wanted to see if this would work. So let's check it out. So most people have one of these vacuums in their house. It's a battery operated vacuum that hangs on the wall, that charges while it's hanging on the wall, and then when you take it off and use it, you know, it's great for minor spills, picking up a little bit of dog hair, crumbs, whatever. So our old vacuum, which hung on a wall, started to die. We replaced it with this one. The only difference is this one did not come with a wall mount. So it's literally like you just set it somewhere and charge it. And it also came with an accessory for pet hair. So it's got some wheels on it, wheels inside that, and a brush that pick up pet hair, and it's got a crevice tool. The only difference is it did not mount on a wall. So what I decided to do was make something. And again, I was just messing around trying to see if I could actually make this work. I had some ideas, and so I came up with this. And basically what this is it's going to enable the vacuum. Again, the vacuum will sit up against the wall at a certain point. It's not going to lean all the way back, or it could lean all the way forward. The pet attachment will sit in a little hole of its own, so it can sit there, and then the crevice tool will sit in a hole of its own. So my plan is to take this, put some 45s on the side, which again I already started cutting. I've got some 45s here, so one will go on this side, one will go on this side, and that will mount to the top, something like that. And then I'll have a piece of 3/4 that'll go in between. That will mount to the wall, and voila. So you have a little shelf for your vacuum. Again, I would have bought a vacuum that had its own little bracket to mount to that slides in, but it is what it is, and this is actually a pretty cool little vacuum. You know, it's pretty powerful, easy to work. So that's actually what I started working on the other day. Like I said, I just decided to take a scrap piece of wood and just see if I could make something that would work for this. I just was experimenting, and this turned out pretty good so far, so I'm going to continue. So this will probably be done in the one video. Keep in mind, I did change the name of my YouTube channel to the What Now Workshop from Lamppost Builds. Reason being is because apparently there were too many people that were having trouble finding my channel. Every time they searched for Lamppost Builds, they were getting ideas on how to build lampposts. So the only reason why I named it Lamppost Builds was because my last name is Lamp. This is my post, my home, Lamppost, and I build stuff. So bear with me. We'll get through it. Anyway, you can start seeing my stuff by searching the What Now Workshop. I have my piece all sanded, rounded, routered, etc. So it's all nice and smooth around the outside edges. Now I've got my 245 pieces. I've got those cut. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna sit like so. But what I need to do is I would like to round these corners so they're not so sharp. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use a router to do that. So we're gonna take these two pieces over to the router station and router or these edges. I am using my new outfeed cabinet with my router station. So what I need to do is I need to router these edges to make them round. I've already got my router bit set to the depth that I want. So now all we have to do is turn on the power and get started. Now I do have this router set on low, so it's a slow speed. So it's not going to be very fast. All right, flip that over. All right, nice and round. Okay, so this is nice and round, as you can see. Now all I have to do is just throw some sandpaper on it, get this all ready. So I'm going to do the exact same thing with the other piece. Okay, now because I don't have my vacuum hooked up to my router yet, what I need to do is I need to reach in here, grab the hose off of the saw. See, I can just clean this up real quick. All right. Okay, go ahead and reattach that. So technically this cabinet's not done yet because I'm going to make something that the hose will come out here and attach to that will collect all the dust that comes off of the router. I just haven't gotten that far yet. Besides, I didn't know how much I was going to use the router. But the good news is we have our two pieces ready for sanding, and we will keep moving this forward. What I need to do now is I need to glue my pieces up and go ahead and nail those. So I'm going to start by putting a bead of glue on the bottom of this. Set that aside. Put that on this piece like so. And then I can go ahead and clamp this and nail it. Now, unfortunately, this piece is not going to be stained. And I know it's such a beautiful piece of wood, but I've been told it needs to be painted white to match the laundry room. So that's what we're going to be doing, is painting it white. As much as it pains me, to paint this, okay, let me get this put back into position. I'm just going to flush it up here. And need to knock this over. Now, don't tell my old boss that I used my nail gun as a hammer, but because he would likely get mad. Alright. So now what we need to do is nail this. Okay. I'm going to leave the clamps on it so it will dry. Wipe the excess off. Again, we don't have to worry. We don't have to re-sand it. It's going to be painted. Now we can put our 45s on. Now, I'm not really worried about gluing the 45s so much, because they are literally just supports. get these positioned. So I'm going to put this 45 on here. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. Okay, and I'll make sure that these are on their marks and nail on the top. Okay, so we're good right there. Square this one up and do the same thing. As you can see, there are no shiners. Nothing sticking out the sides. I'm going to go ahead and re-secure these clamps since they tend to get loose after nailing. We're going to let this dry. We're going to paint it. And we're going to install it. We are essentially done with this piece. It's been painted. I'll flip this around here so you can see. We've got it all painted. Again, it pained me to paint this white, but when the boss says it's got to match the laundry room, then that's what we've got to do. So next thing we got to do is just install it. Alright, so now what we need to do is we need to install this. Now this just happens to be going into my laundry room, and I've got a couple of marks here depicting where the studs are. So what I need to do is I need to set this where it needs to go. And again, I gave myself enough height so when this cabinet door opens up, it won't interfere. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten this in. The problem is that I am right-handed and I can't get my hand in there. Okay, I'm going to put that in there like that for now, because what I want to be able to do is level this. Cannot have this not level. It's just not what carpenters do. And we are within the bubble. Not the NBA bubble, but our level. Okay, that should be good enough. Yep, we're not going to move there. All right, and our project is done and installed. And here's what it looks like with all of our attachments. Again, the vacuum just sits right there in its own little cradle. Wire, we'll have to do something with that wire, but not a big deal. This attachment has its own little home, as well as this one, and doesn't interfere with the dryer, doesn't interfere with the cabinet. So I say this project is done and it's gonna make somebody very happy. So that is our project on building just a little shelf for a little portable battery operated vacuum. Again, I just threw it together. It was just an idea. I didn't even know if it was going to be feasible to do, but I'm glad I was able to do it. I'm sure my wife will like it. If you've got any ideas about projects that you would like to see built, please post them in the comments. Otherwise, as always, thank you for watching my channel, The What Now Workshop, and I'll see you next time.